Welcome back. You know, the interesting thing is that when it comes to this series, I usually like to delve into people that I have had a lot more familiarity with. The truth of the matter is, out of everybody that I have planned out, this artist might be the one that I have the least amount of exposure with. But if I was to explain to you, this person is completely selfless, is everybody else's biggest cheerleader, believes in your potential, is emotionally intelligent, is absolutely able to produce his own music, his own group's music, other artists' music, and feels totally fine and confident in writing music for everybody, including other artists outside of his group. And producing music as well. You know, for a lot of people, that might actually sound kind of something that you would hear from a member of BTS. The truth of the matter is that this is not a member from BTS. It is Pablo from SB19. The thing that I find so interesting as well is this particular artist, Pablo, is probably one of the most premier artists that I have ever found. I very rarely ever say that anything is a big surprise, especially when it comes to things that I have listened to in terms of music. I have experienced a lot. However, I feel very confident in saying that Pablo and the boys from SB19, but we're talking about Pablo, is absolutely one of the most impressive artists that I have seen in my days. That is true. And the thing that's so crazy, we're talking about someone who has successfully rapped, again, written music, sung, and been a writer. Now, when I talk about being a writer, let me list off some of the things that I think has been the most interesting things that I have found. Using a lullaby to sing a song to his parents. Using a word like bazinga in a non-ironical and good way in terms of music. He is an effective leader who has corralled some of the greatest talent that has been found in a very, very long time. Has also written some of the most incredibly heart-wrenching and beautiful ballads that I have heard in a very long time as well. Now, for many years, well, for the 2 years that I've done this channel, I have been very, very selective of who I give this kind of utmost praise. But I think, honestly, for me, when we talk about some of the greatest songwriters that I've had on the channel, I could very easily say that, for me personally, that Pablo's SB19 can rival anyone that I have heard that I have given the highest praise to. I think that he's up there with people such as IU, and I think he's up there with people such as BTS, or B2B, or Infinite, or TXT, whoever you want to name, who is some of my favorites, Dreamcatcher. I would put him in the exact same category. And in fact, even above some of those, I would. Because I am so impressed with how he has been able to write his music and been able to perceive how to write the music for his people. One of the most impressive things for me when it comes to Pablo is understanding the strengths and weaknesses of the people in his group. And that is one of the things that you will see consistently, is that you will see him using each one of his members to the strongest effect. And he will also be their largest and most supportive cheerleader that they can have. And that goes a far, far way.
See me again dito.
Yeah.
Bro, we back.
We're back here again.
So silent, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Tell me when you're ready. You guys ready?
We're not.
I'm so nervous, man. I'm so nervous.
You ready?
Yeah. We good?
Yeah, we
Okay.
good. Let's get
Ready?
it.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's go.
Mama, Kumusta na di na tayo laging nakikita? Miss na kita sobra.
The very first thing that he does, he's going to make sure that every single one of them is comfortable enough with moving on. Making sure that each one of them is ready, and making sure that in a way of taking care of them, that they will not be made anything to be seen other than a great artist that he sees them as. The next thing that he does after that, after his crewmate decides to start singing, he immediately notices the improvement and gives him instant feedback. And not only does he do that, he praises him. It's that cheerleader effect that I'm talking about. So this is what I find so interesting. Immediately, I've shown you this person who I feel like is such a good person and has done so many good things and has done so much for so many. He does this. And you think to yourself, well, what kind of music do they write? And the question isn't what they write, it's what they don't write. And the thing that I find so incredible is the fact that all of it is truly unique to him and them. Now, for me personally, the thing that always struck me first was their ability to write the ballads.
Ang aking mundo ay payapa
107.5
sa di malamang dahilan. At noon ay buo kong inakala lahat ay ayos na naman. Nang bigla na lang ay dumating ang di hinantay, nagbabalat kayong himala. Mga pasan ay gumaan, ikaw ang tanging dahilan. Sa'yo lang napuno ng kasiguraduhan. Narito ako, tapat lang at totoo. Pinapangako sa iyo. Ito ang aking liham sa pag-ibig ko. Di hayaan na mag-isa ka sa kahit na ano. Ikaw lang ang himpilan ng aking puso. Sa piling mo'y panatag ang buong pagkatao. Ligaya ng aking mundo. Okay, rami ng mga bagay na hindi natin maintindihan. Sa kabila ng lahat ay pilit nating binabalikan ang mga panaginip na inaasam. Ako'y binuo ng mabuti't masamang karanasan. Puno man ng mansya'y tinuring karangyaan. Nagkinangana na lang, pagmamahal mo ay wala. Ano mang pag-abang kiyahabahan. Narito ako, magpapagal para sa'yo. Handang isuko ang buo. Ito ang aking liham sa pag-ibig ko. Di hahayaan na mag-isa ka sa kahit na ano. Ikaw lang ang himpilan ng 1075. Ang buhay ko'y magtatawag pang mapabuhay. Sa layo ng bituin, ang tignan nito'y pagtingin sa nakaraan. Di gunitang tunay. O paumanhin, wala ka man sa alaala ko'y habang buhay kitang mamahalin. Inugo mo ng bituin, ikaw na siyang mamahalin. Tuwang ang habang buhay ka mamahalin. Inugo siyang mamahalin. Ito ang aking liham sa pag-ibig ko. Di hahayaan o mag-isa ka sa kahit na ano. Liham sa pag-ibig ko. Di na pangako na ang bituin ko ay para lang sa'yo. Ikaw na ang hintilan ng aking puso. Mag-isang hinarap o nakaraan, ikaw na at ako. Aking mundo. Ligaya ng aking mundo.
Now, let's bear in mind in all of this that this is somebody who has written a ballad while using handpans, strings, guitars, drums, the whole shebang. When was the last time you could honestly say that someone wrote a ballad with a handpan? It's something that I find absolutely a huge marvel. The other theme that I think is so impressive, specifically about this performance as well. One thing I love is the entire time that you hear and watch this song and video is, for me, you can see that Pablo has this aura the whole time he's watching, where everybody is, making sure they feel comfortable again. And honestly, this is something that is only put out by leaders. This is something that when you watch them perform, they are able to be that much better because Pablo is around. The crazy thing when you see someone like Pablo and you see him performing, he is able to bolster everyone around him with very little to almost no movement or feeling at all. It's who he is as a person that makes this group feel the way that it does. Not just because of his songwriting ability, but because of who he is himself. It's kind of a funny thing, and to me, I had to look it up. If perhaps you have seen the newest Deadpool movie, there's such things known as anchor beings, which basically the reality falls apart without that person. That is Pablo for SB19. And now, don't get me wrong, I think all of them are fantastic musicians, and they probably would get on by themselves as solo artists or even maybe together, but it would not be the same. Pablo is what I would actually consider as a musician to be an anchor being. And this is kind of the final point that I wanted to make. Pablo has the largest platform in the Philippines. And the first thing that he does with that platform is help others, helping groups like G22 and Team, and even his own family, helping them out to be able to reach that next level that we kind of all, let's be real, hope for. And I think for the most important piece is not just knowing that this is some sort of musical prodigy, but it is important, but knowing that someone like that exists and still understands where he came from. And I always want to lift up and raise awareness for people that I feel like truly deserve attention and deserve the praise. Now, I am obviously nowhere close to the same size as the platform that SB19 has. But personally for me, when it comes to someone who has written music, when it comes to someone who has been in performance and theater, some of the most impressive things that I find when I'm listening to this is the music and the emotion and the absolute just endless creativity that is here. And I cannot believe that this is something that actually exists. And again, I know that I'm not someone who understands nearly the amount of stuff that is watching this video right now. For any 18 who is watching this, I know that you know much more than me, but I wanted to let you know, for me personally, this is what I have found in the time that I have listened to SB19, especially paying attention to Pablo. The feeling of someone that is so noteworthy and such a good person is a refreshing thing. I love that. And honestly, this music has edified me. And I cannot ever thank them enough. Anyone from SB19. I cannot thank Pablo enough. And again, there's nothing more that I cannot tell you that you don't already know. But I wanted to let you know this is what his music means to me. I hope that you've enjoyed this little presentation of Pablo, the anchor being, and I hope that I have done you well. And I hope that I have done 18 proud. Thank you. We will see you for the next video.